The underground parking garage smelled like rubber and rain. Lily Chen grabbed her portfolio from the passenger seat, checking her phone one more time. 8:45. She had exactly 20 minutes to reach the Pierce Media Group offices on the 40th floor. 20 minutes to make the best impression of her life. Her hand froze on the door handle. Behind her modest Toyota, a sleek silver Mercedes blocked her exit completely. The luxury car sat there like a monument to someone's carelessness, trapping her in the narrow space between concrete pillars. Lily pressed the horn. The sound bounced off the walls, sharp and desperate. She counted to 10, then pressed again. Nothing moved. No apologetic owner appeared from the shadows. The clock ticks. She stepped out, her black heels clicking against the damp concrete. The air felt thick with exhaust and frustration. Lily walked around the Mercedes, searching for any sign of the driver. Empty. Completely empty. 17 minutes now. Her heart hammered against her ribs. This interview meant everything. 3 years of working at a small agency, taking every extra project, staying late, proving herself. All leading to this one chance at Pierce Media Group, the most innovative marketing firm in New York. Lily pulled out her phone to call for help when she heard footsteps echoing through the garage. A man emerged from the stairwell, phone pressed to his ear, speaking in clipped, confident tones about campaign strategies and client acquisitions. The stranger. He was tall, perhaps 35, with dark blonde hair and sharp features that belonged on magazine covers. His navy suit looked custom-tailored, and his whole presence radiated the kind of authority that came from never being told no. He walked past her without a glance, heading straight for the Mercedes. Lily moved quickly, positioning herself between him and the car. Her voice came out stronger than she felt. "Excuse me. Your car is blocking mine. I need to leave right now." The man held up one finger without looking at her, continuing his phone conversation. He discussed quarterly projections as if she were invisible. Standing her ground. Something hot and fierce rose in Lily's chest. She had grown up in a small apartment in Queens, the daughter of immigrants who taught her to work hard and speak up. She had not sacrificed every weekend for the past 3 years to be dismissed with a finger gesture. "I am talking to you," Lily said loudly, stepping closer. "Hang up the phone and move your car. I have an interview that starts in 15 minutes. The man's eyes finally met hers. They were a striking blue-green, like ocean water under sunlight. For a moment, something flickered in them. Surprise, maybe. Or interest. He said something quick into the phone and ended the call, sliding it into his pocket with deliberate slowness. His expression remained unreadable. "An interview," he repeated, his voice smooth and calm. "And you think yelling at strangers in parking garages is the best way to prepare? Fire meets ice." Lily felt her jaw tighten. "I think parking like you own the entire garage shows a lack of consideration for other people. There are lines painted on the ground for a reason. Most people apologize when they raise their voice at me," he said, studying her with an intensity that made her uncomfortable. "Most people probably work for you," Lily shot back. "I do not. So move your car before I call a tow truck and let them handle this." A smile tugged at his lips, transforming his face from intimidating to something more complicated. "You have courage. That is rare." "I have a schedule," Lily corrected. "And 13 minutes left to keep it. Move your car." The question. He pulled keys from his pocket, but paused before pressing the unlock button. "Where is this interview that has you so worked up?" Lily hesitated. Something in his tone felt like a trap. But she was running out of time to be cautious. "Pierce Media Group," she said. "Not that it matters to you." His expression changed. The amusement in his eyes deepened into something more pronounced. "Pierce Media Group," he repeated slowly. What position? Marketing director for the creative division, Lily answered, glancing at her watch. A position I will lose if you do not move in the next 30 seconds. The escape. He walked to his Mercedes and opened the door. Before getting in, he looked at her over the roof of the car. What is your name? Lily Chen. Now please move. He slid into the driver's seat, and Lily practically ran back to her Toyota. Her hands shook as she started the engine. The Mercedes pulled forward, freeing her, but instead of leaving, it stopped. The window rolled down. Drive carefully, Lily Chen, he called out. Good luck with your interview. Something tells me it will be more interesting than you expect. Lily did not wait to analyze his cryptic words. She reversed out of the space and sped toward the exit, her mind racing faster than her car. What kind of person acted like that? And why did he seem so amused when she mentioned Pierce Media Group? Racing against time. The drive through Manhattan was a nightmare of delivery trucks and impatient taxis. Lily navigated through traffic with more aggression than usual, her anxiety building with each red light. She made it to the glass tower with 5 minutes to spare, parking in the visitor section and rushing toward the entrance. The lobby gleamed with polished marble and modern art installations. Lily checked in with security, received her visitor badge, and headed for the elevators. Her reflection in the polished doors showed a composed professional woman. No one would guess she had been shouting in a parking garage minutes earlier. The elevator climbed toward the 40th floor, and Lily took deep breaths, centering herself. This was her moment. Nothing else mattered now. The elevator doors opened to reveal a world of glass and ambition. The 40th floor of Pierce Media Group looked like something from a design magazine. Floor-to-ceiling windows showcased the Manhattan skyline, while employees moved between transparent conference rooms with purposeful energy. Everything gleamed with success and possibility. Lily stepped out, her heels sinking into plush carpet. The reception area featured a massive logo in brushed steel, and behind a curved desk sat a woman with perfectly styled hair and a welcoming smile. Lily Chen for the marketing director interview, Lily said, trying to keep her voice steady. The receptionist checked her computer and nodded. Perfect timing. I will let Miss Harrison know you have arrived. Please have a seat. Lily settled into a modern chair that was more art than furniture. She smoothed her skirt and tried to calm her racing heart. The parking garage incident kept replaying in her mind. That man's amused expression. His cryptic farewell. She pushed the thoughts away. Focus on the interview. Focus on the opportunity. The guide. A woman in her 40s approached, extending her hand with genuine warmth. She had kind eyes behind stylish glasses and carried herself with quiet confidence. Lily, hello. I am Rebecca Harrison, head of human resources. Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for the opportunity, Lily replied, shaking her hand firmly. Rebecca gestured down a hallway lined with awards and framed campaigns. I will take you to meet with our CEO. Nathan Pierce likes to personally interview all candidates for director-level positions. He believes in building his team directly. Lily's stomach flipped. Nathan Pierce. She knew the name from industry articles and business magazines. The 36-year-old CEO who had transformed his father's small advertising agency into a media powerhouse. Known for bold campaigns and unconventional strategies. Known for being brilliant and demanding. The door opens. They stopped at a large door at the end of the corridor. Rebecca knocked twice, and a familiar voice called from inside. Come in. Rebecca opened the door, and Lily stepped into an office that took her breath away. Windows wrapped around 2 walls, offering views of Central Park in the distance. The furniture was minimalist and expensive. Everything spoke of power and taste. Behind a massive desk sat the man from the parking garage. His blue-green eyes met hers with unmistakable recognition, and a smile spread across his face that said he had been waiting for exactly this moment. Lily felt the world tilt beneath her feet. The revelation. Lily Chen, he said, standing and extending his hand across the desk. What an unexpected pleasure. I am Nathan Pierce, CEO of Pierce Media Group. Please, have a seat. Let us discuss why someone who threatens to tow the cars of people she just met thinks she deserves to work here. Rebecca looked confused, glancing between them. Nathan gave her a reassuring nod. Thank you, Rebecca. I will take it from here. After Rebecca left, closing the door behind her, silence filled the office. Lily stood frozen, her mind spinning through a dozen thoughts at once. She had yelled at the CEO. Threatened to tow his car. Called him inconsiderate. Any reasonable person would apologize profusely. Would beg for a second chance. Would try to explain away the parking garage confrontation as a misunderstanding. Finding her voice. But Lily had not fought her way from a cramped apartment in Queens, worked 2 jobs through college, and spent 3 years proving herself at a small agency just to crumble now. She lifted her chin, met his gaze directly, and sat down in the chair facing his desk. You were blocking my car, she said evenly. I had somewhere important to be. I stand by everything I said. Nathan leaned back in his chair, studying her with renewed interest. Most people in your position would be apologizing right now. Most people in your position would not deliberately block someone's car and then act amused about it, Lily countered. A laugh escaped him, genuine and surprised. You think I did that deliberately? You knew where I was interviewing. You made that cryptic comment about luck. You clearly planned this whole scenario. The truth. Nathan shook his head, still smiling. I promise you, blocking your car was completely accidental. I was on an important call and parked quickly. But when you told me you were interviewing here, I will admit I was curious to see how you would handle this moment. He leaned forward, his expression becoming more serious. And I have to say, you are handling it better than 90% of candidates would. Because I am not falling apart? Because you are not pretending to be someone else, Nathan said. You showed me who you are in that parking garage. Passionate. Direct. Unafraid to speak truth to power. Those are exactly the qualities I need in a marketing director. Lily felt her defenses lower slightly. So this is some kind of test. Life is a test, Miss Chen. I just happened to get a preview of how you perform under pressure. He opened a folder on his desk. Your portfolio is impressive. 3 years at Morrison Creative, where you increased client engagement by 47%. You spearheaded the campaign for Riverside Hotels that won 2 industry awards. You did all this while completing your MBA at night school. The real interview. You have done your research, Lily said. I always do. Nathan closed the folder and fixed her with that intense gaze. Tell me why you want to leave Morrison Creative. They clearly value you. Lily chose her words carefully. Morrison gave me a foundation. I learned campaign strategy, client relations, team management. But I have reached the ceiling there. They are risk-averse. Every creative idea gets watered down by committees. I want to work somewhere that pushes boundaries. That tries new things. That treats marketing as art, not just business. Pierce Media Group pushes boundaries, Nathan said. But that means long hours. High expectations. Projects that will challenge everything you think you know about this industry. Can you handle that? I have been handling that my entire life, Lily replied. My parents came to this country with nothing. I put myself through school. I worked 3 jobs to pay for my education. I do not know any other way except hard work and high expectations. Chemistry in the boardroom. Something shifted in the air between them. Nathan's professional demeanor softened around the edges. Tell me about a campaign you would create for Pierce Media Group. Right now. No preparation. Lily did not hesitate. I would create a campaign about authenticity. Everyone is tired of perfect images and scripted messages. People want real. They want human. I would showcase stories of entrepreneurs who failed before they succeeded. Artists who got rejected 100 times. Regular people doing extraordinary things. The tagline would be simple. Real stories. Real impact. Pierce Media Group. Nathan was quiet for a moment, and Lily worried she had overstepped. Then he smiled, but this time it reached his eyes in a way that made him look younger, more approachable. When can you start? The offer. Lily blinked. I have the job. You had the job the moment you stood up to me in that parking garage, Nathan said. The interview was just confirmation. But I need someone who can start immediately. We have a major campaign launching in 3 weeks, and my current creative director just left for a competitor. I need someone who can hit the ground running. I need to give Morrison 2 weeks' notice, Lily said. I will buy out your notice period. They will understand. This industry moves fast. Nathan stood and extended his hand. Welcome to Pierce Media Group, Lily Chen. I think we are going to do great things together. Lily stood and shook his hand. His grip was firm and warm, and when their eyes met, something electric passed between them. Something that had nothing to do with job offers and everything to do with the way he was looking at her. New beginning. There is one condition, Nathan said, not releasing her hand immediately. You have to promise me something. What? Promise me you will always be exactly as honest with me as you were in that parking garage. I do not need yes people around me. I need someone who will tell me when I am wrong. Can you do that? Lily smiled. I think I already proved I can. Good. Nathan finally released her hand. Rebecca will handle all the paperwork. Your office will be on this floor, 3 doors down. I like to keep my directors close. We have a team meeting tomorrow morning at 8. Do not be late. I will set 3 alarms, Lily promised. As she turned to leave, Nathan called after her. And Lily? Next time you need to get somewhere important, park on a different level. I always use level 3. She looked back at him, and despite everything, she found herself laughing. Noted. Walking out of that office, Lily felt like she was floating. She had the job. She had actually done it. The morning's chaos had somehow led to the opportunity of a lifetime. But as the elevator descended, she could not stop thinking about the way Nathan had looked at her. Like she was more than just a new employee. Like she was someone he wanted to know beyond the boardroom. And the most surprising part? She wanted to know him. 2.3 weeks passed in a whirlwind of creativity and chaos. Lily threw herself into the campaign for Evergreen Tech, a sustainable energy company looking to rebrand for younger consumers. She worked 14-hour days, collaborated with designers and copywriters, and presented ideas that pushed every boundary Nathan had promised. The office became her second home. She learned the rhythm of Pierce Media Group. Morning strategy sessions where Nathan challenged every assumption. Afternoon brainstorms where ideas flew like sparks. Late evenings when only a few dedicated souls remained, perfecting campaigns under the glow of computer screens. Nathan was everywhere. Reviewing concepts, questioning choices, pushing his team to dig deeper. But with Lily, something felt different. He lingered at her desk longer than others. Asked her opinion on decisions beyond her department. Brought her coffee exactly how she liked it, even though she had never told him her order. The breakthrough moment. It was a Thursday night, nearly 9 o'clock. Most of the office had emptied hours ago. Lily sat at her desk, staring at mock-ups for the Evergreen campaign that still felt incomplete. Something was missing. The spark that would make people stop scrolling and truly pay attention. Still here? She looked up to find Nathan leaning against her doorway, his tie loosened and sleeves rolled up. He looked tired but energized, the way passionate people always did when immersed in work they loved. The campaign launches in 4 days, Lily said. It needs to be perfect. Nathan walked into her office and looked at the screens showing various ad concepts. What is bothering you about it? It is good, Lily said slowly. Professional. Polished. But it feels safe. We are telling people about sustainable energy, but we are not making them feel it. We are not making them care. Unexpected connection. Nathan pulled up a chair beside her, close enough that she caught the scent of his cologne mixed with coffee. What would make you care? Lily thought about her childhood. Her parents' struggles. When I was 10, there was a heatwave in Queens. Our building had no air conditioning. My mother fanned my little brother all night because he could not sleep. She told me she dreamed of a world where clean energy was not just for rich people. Where everyone could afford comfort without destroying the planet. She looked at Nathan and found him watching her with an expression she had never seen before. Soft. Open. Vulnerable. That is the campaign, he said quietly. Not statistics about carbon footprints. Stories about mothers fanning their children. About futures we want to build. About making sustainable energy accessible to everyone, not just people who can afford luxury. Their eyes locked, and something unspoken passed between them. The air felt charged, electric. Lily realized how close they were sitting. Close enough to see the flecks of gold in his blue-green eyes. Close enough to feel the warmth radiating from his presence. The wall comes down. Can I tell you something? Nathan said, his voice lower than usual. Lily nodded, not trusting herself to speak. When I saw you in that parking garage, you reminded me of someone I used to be. Before the money. Before the success. When I was just a kid from Brooklyn trying to prove I was more than my father's disappointment. He ran a hand through his hair, a gesture so uncharacteristically uncertain that it made Lily's heart squeeze. My father wanted me to be a lawyer. Conservative. Safe. Respectable. But I wanted to create. To build something that mattered. We fought for years. He died before we could make peace. I am sorry, Lily said softly. He never understood that business could be art. That marketing could change how people see the world. Nathan looked at her, and the walls he kept up so carefully seemed to crumble. You understand that. From the moment you started here, you have approached every project like it matters. Like we are not just selling products but shaping culture. Truth and vulnerability. Lily felt tears prick her eyes. My father still does not understand what I do. He wanted me to be a doctor or engineer. Something concrete. He thinks marketing is empty. Superficial. He does not see that we tell stories. That we connect people to ideas that can improve their lives. Does it hurt? Nathan asked. Not having his approval? Every single day, Lily admitted. But I would rather disappoint him by being true to myself than gain his approval by living a lie. Nathan reached out and took her hand. The gesture was simple but profound. His fingers wrapped around hers, warm and solid and real. You are extraordinary, Lily Chen. Not because of your campaigns or your work ethic. Because you refuse to shrink yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Do you know how rare that is? The shift. Lily's breath caught. They were no longer talking about work. This was something else entirely. Something that had been building since the parking garage confrontation. Since every lingering glance and every conversation that went deeper than professional. Nathan, she whispered. We should not. Should not what? He asked, but he did not release her hand. Should not acknowledge that I think about you constantly? That I find excuses to come to your office? That every time you challenge me or push back on my ideas, I respect you more? I work for you, Lily said, even as her heart raced. This could complicate everything. Life is complicated, Nathan said. But walking away from something real because of fear? That is not complicated. That is just cowardice. And you are the bravest person I know. He stood, pulling her up with him. They stood facing each other in the empty office, the city lights twinkling through the windows behind them. I am not good at this, Nathan admitted. Relationships. Vulnerability. I have spent so long building walls that I forgot how to let people in. But you walked through every defense like they were paper. You saw past the CEO and the money and the reputation. You saw me. The moment everything changed. I see you, Lily confirmed, her voice barely above a whisper. I see someone who works harder than anyone else. Who cares deeply about his team. Who carries his father's disappointment like armor but really just wants to create something meaningful. I see someone who pretends to be ruthless but brings me coffee and remembers how I take it. Nathan cupped her face in his hands, his touch gentle despite his size. Can I kiss you? Please tell me I am not imagining this connection between us. Instead of answering, Lily closed the distance between them. Their lips met softly at first, tentative and questioning. Then deeper, with all the passion and emotion they had been holding back for weeks. Nathan's arms wrapped around her waist, pulling her close, and Lily felt like she was exactly where she belonged. When they finally pulled apart, both breathless, Nathan rested his forehead against hers. This changes everything, he said. I know, Lily replied. People will talk. They will say you got the job because of this. That I am taking advantage. That we are unprofessional. Building something real. Lily pulled back enough to meet his eyes. Let them talk. I know my worth. I know I earned this position. And I know what I feel for you has nothing to do with your title or your company. If you were still that guy blocking cars in parking garages, I would still want to know you. I would still feel this. Nathan smiled, that genuine smile that transformed his entire face. You are going to keep me honest, are not you? Every single day, Lily promised. That was the deal, remember? You wanted someone who would tell you the truth. Best decision I ever made. He kissed her again, softer this time. We will do this right. Transparent. We will tell HR, set boundaries between work and personal. I refuse to let anyone diminish your accomplishments because of our relationship. Our relationship, Lily repeated, testing the words. Is that what this is? If you will have me, Nathan said. I know I am difficult. I work too much. I get obsessive about projects. I have a terrible habit of checking emails during dinner. But I promise you this. I will never take you for granted. I will support your dreams as fiercely as you support mine. And I will love you with everything I have. Love declared. The words hung in the air between them. Love. He had said love. Lily felt tears spill down her cheeks, but they were happy tears. Tears of relief and joy and overwhelming emotion. I love you too, she said. I think I started falling for you the moment you smiled at me in that parking garage. Even though I wanted to strangle you. Even though you were the most arrogant person I had ever met. Something in me recognized something in you. They stood there holding each other as the city lights flickered outside and the office hummed with the quiet energy of empty spaces. Two people who had fought their whole lives to be seen, to be valued, to matter. Two people who had found each other in the chaos of a parking garage confrontation. The campaign that changed everything. The Evergreen Tech campaign launched 4 days later with Lily's personal story at its heart. Mothers fanning children. Families dreaming of better futures. Sustainable energy positioned not as luxury but as necessity and hope. It went viral within hours. News outlets covered it. Social media exploded with shares. Within a week, Evergreen Tech had more inquiries than they could handle. Nathan presented Lily with a promotion. Creative director. Her own team. Her own vision. But more important than any professional success was what they built together. A partnership based on mutual respect. A love that grew stronger with each challenge they faced. A future that neither had planned but both desperately wanted. 6 months later. Lily stood in Nathan's office, looking out at the Manhattan skyline. She wore a simple diamond ring on her left hand. Not flashy. Not meant to impress anyone but themselves. Nathan came up behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist and resting his chin on her shoulder. "Do you ever think about that morning in the parking garage?" he asked. Lily laughed. "Every single day. Best blocked car of my life." "I was thinking," Nathan said. "We should go back there. To that exact spot. When we tell people our story, I want to remember every detail." "You are a romantic," Lily teased. "Only with you," Nathan admitted. "Only ever with you." They stood together watching the city that had brought them together. Two ambitious souls who had found something more valuable than any career achievement. They had found each other. They had found home. And it all started with a blocked car, a heated confrontation, and two people brave enough to be exactly who they were. The end.